of the days hard for a change, life's okay. Making mistakes, laugh on my way half, and you working too hard, dance of a laugh, time for a chill, fresh start.
Favourite track is Clockwork.
Oh yeah, why's that?
It's deep, basically. Yeah. Just the story that it tells.
Well, the immediate track, like the track that got me in, I think, kind of gets everyone first time listening, is obviously CstrikeZ.
Yeah, man.
CstrikeZ's bad, but there's so many tracks on there I like Every Day is wicked. Boundaries, like when I first got there on my list of Boundaries a lot. Skunk and Alcohol, but obviously I've been listening to that for a lot longer because like me and Skills used to perform that, even though I'm not on that. We used to do that in our live shows like a couple years ago, and that like there's not really a bad track. I can't really like, it's just, that's what I was saying about it. It's a really complete album. It's not one of those CDs I'd put on to listen to a tune here and a tune there. Like if I put that on, it's going from start to finish.
My favourite track, I don't know, man. Do you know what? When I first heard the album, my favourite track, standardly straight away, was CstrikeZ. But that's because I don't know. It's a different style of song. But as I listened to the album more and more, I think the title track, It's Never Simple, became my favourite tune. But now that I've studied the album inside and out, listened to it at least 10 times a day, and that's no fucking word of a lie. I'd have to say Clockwork is just the most original, from beat to lyrics to concept, flow, just the whole theme of that song. I think that's the best tune, Clockwork.
I'm shit at names, but you know my favourite track. Which one is it?
CstrikeZ one.
Yeah, that's it.
That's a big one, but
that's my favourite.
CstrikeZ is my second favourite one. My favourite one is Who's Got Bars. That was too hot. Who's got bars and I don't mean nines. Who's dropping the rhymes? Too much. He smacked it.
Probably It's Never Simple.
Yeah.
But Every Day's sick. I don't know, man. There's loads on there, to be honest.
Kids.
Loads.
It's never simple, it never flies. The pressure when it builds up, it releases from the eyes. It's always worry.
Because it ain't never simple. Like, I don't know why he called it. Like, obviously, my brother is he's complex. He's more complex than a woman, and he's deeper than the ocean. So, you know, but I totally understand why he called it It's Never Simple.
Because life's never simple. Cliched answer, but the truth.
I don't know why he called it It's Never Simple, why you called it It's Never Simple, but nothing's ever simple, so that's probably the reason.
He's a complex guy as our CstrikeZ, so you know what I mean? There's probably a multi-reason why he said that, you know?
He's a deep thinker. Yeah. It'd be easier if you just told us.
Who's got bars and I don't mean nines? Who's dropping the rhymes? Who's got bars and I don't mean crows? Who's popping the flows? Who's got bars and I don't mean pop?
Unless he's keeping some big secrets from us, what he's working on now, Central Spills stuff. So in terms of diversity, like really that should be even more diverse, because obviously you've got like four MCs' brains going into the one project, and like that's gonna bring like even more different ideas out. But obviously, in terms of like the introspective side of It's Never Simple, maybe it won't be as kind of deep and revealing, because I think, like personally, I find it a lot easier to go deep on solo tracks than crew tracks, and I'm sure a lot of MCs feel the same. But yeah, I think it will be just as diverse, if not more, because obviously, like with Central Spills, you got Redskin bringing the drum and bass element in as well.
Well, it's hard and it's stupid to keep on doing the same thing. Do you know what I mean? You got to progress, and I reckon CstrikeZ has done that. Especially like he's moved down to Bristol and that, and just sort of pushed this album, and basically yeah, it's going well. I've seen him out doing like MCing and stuff over dubstep, and do you know what I mean? Things are happening in Bristol, and my guy seems to be a part of it, so yeah, man. It's good, man.
Yeah, absolutely, even more so. Obviously, the whole Central Spills movement is going to be what's next. Like every rave I play at these days, I don't even need to ask these boys. They're there ready to host. Like every rave you go to, Central Spills are like standard hosts these days.
Cool.
I know about a few, was he wrote down?
Do you reckon the new stuff that you lot are going to come out with is going to be as diverse as what you're getting on?
Yeah, I think this album, this amazing album, buy it, £5 a pop. Should have been on the Skilluminati, but you know. No, fucking, this album here is just, it's a fucking scratch on this 1,000,000-foot iceberg of what we're trying to develop. This is like literally the bare fundamental of what we're trying to develop, what we are developing.
I hope so.
Probably more, because if you do something one time, the next time you're going to learn from it and do it better.
Yeah.
Cool.
So much more to live the life for. More to your job and until's an eyesore. Saw through the barriers and feel what lies for. Don't me the don't.
I can't compare it to another album.
I wouldn't.
It's hard to say though, because it is an individual album.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like he's got loads of good flows, and do you know what I mean? If anything, he's like up there with a lot of good rappers.
No, actually, yeah, I can. I'll compare it to something like. I'd compare this album to Roots Maneuver, Run Come Save Me, because purely when that album come out, but for me personally, when that album come out, it was like, wow, someone from the UK is doing something. It was like a benchmark. It was standards and fucking feet above anything else out at that time, quality wise, and that's what this shit's doing for like the dubstep side. So yeah, I compare it to Roots Maneuver, Run Come Save Me, because it stands out and it's the start of something new.
To be honest, I haven't checked any UK albums for about 6-7 years. I wouldn't be able to compare it to anything. Like maybe some of the more like the more hip hop grime that's coming out these days, but that just it just sounds American, so I still couldn't compare.
I'm not really one for comparisons anyway, but I think CstrikeZ is pretty unique. Like I wouldn't really want to compare it. I mean, you could compare it in terms of how much I like it to other albums, like, but yeah, I don't think it sounds like.
What do you think is sort of fresh?
Yeah, it is a very different sounding thing.
See, I don't really listen to albums, to be honest. However, from what I've heard, I'll probably compare It's Never Simple to, who should I think of? Like, I'm not too sure, to be honest. I'm not even gonna chat rubbish, but I don't really
listen to too many albums. I hear what I hear, and that's about it. I don't really hear albums. I just hear like tracks here and there.